Hey, I am Grayson, working on this video. Today I'll be talking about the history of trains, and it's going to be simplified because it's for a classroom I'm in front of like 15, 10, 20 students. So I'm going to be very embarrassed, so let's just get this over with. A guy named Richard and multiple other people basically think, oh, those 1600 steam-powered water pumps are pretty cool, but what if we can just, make stuff move with steam power? So basically, they just got thinking and made some weird stuff, like the Puffing Devil, and eventually made this. It's a lot different compared to something that you would see nowadays, or even in the 1960s, but I'll explain that later. And then trains get sent to the US in the early 1820s. Some of the first railroads were built in the late 1820s and 1830s, such as an iron railroad in Massachusetts. And then this is where things start to get a little bit crazy from here. First off, the locomotives looked like actual locomotives and not a weird toy I would play with when I was about 8 years old. And then some random people steal a locomotive and go na-na-na-boo-boo and just run away with the locomotive. And not to mention what's even been going on in the 1800s. This is just pure chaos. I really wish something could happen right now. Huh? What is this? 1900. Oh yes, we're about to... The 1900s would see a lot of improvement, but it would soon see a large problem. That being the Great Depression. But there's still about 20 more years. Yo, some company named Ford made a cool thing. Wait, what is it? Is it a train? No. In fact, I don't even know what it is. It's called a Model T. Let me see. What is that? Surely this won't be trains, right? Railroads would start to get popular, or famous, quote unquote, in this time period, and there would even be popular railways such as the New York Central in Pennsylvania, and a lot more. Wait, what is going on in Europe? Okay, what? Trains and locomotives and some rail cars get drafted into the war in the European area. Eventually, the Allies win, which had countries such as US, Japan, Italy, and France, and a couple more wins, and then countries such as Germany lose. Man, I hope nothing else happens in the future, and I might end up with a Second World War. Locomotives such as the New York Central Hudson starts to get streamlined and actually beautiful, and even gets to go faster. You like the 1900s, don't you? Well, too bad. Let's ruin it by having a giant depression called the Great Depression. People had no money or almost no money and was forced to ride on top of train cars to get to their places. Most people are recovering after the Great Depression, and let's go check up on Europe again, because why not? Are you serious? Basically, the same thing happened. Some trains and rail cars get drafted into the war, and it's actually kind of worse than World War I. But the Allies do win again. Most companies, such as Alco and Baldwin, are starting to make their steam locomotives a lot bigger for different types of trains, longer and faster. But here's the thing. They're getting tired of steam, but some of them are still enjoying steam. Wait, what is this? Knock knock. It's the diesel locomotives. People were getting tired of steam, so now there's diesel locomotives, and GMD basically said, ooh, replace your old sticky and rusty steam locomotives with our new shiny streamlined diesel locomotives. After planes and cars started to get popular, passenger trains were basically on life support. And that's when the government created Amtrak, expecting it to flop, but it didn't somehow, and it saved passenger service. Now, since passenger service is up to Amtrak, locomotives go from this, a beautiful streamlined body where you can't even get outside the locomotive, to this, where there's handrails on the side and you can get outside in the locomotive, and you can look outside the windows easier if you want to look back. the internet was made at this point. You can now do stuff such as message people, buy stuff, look at stuff on a magical place called the internet. I hope it doesn't flop in the future. Spoiler, yes it does. And it's actually the reason why you're watching this video right now. So it's pretty cool. Now there's websites where you can upload your footage of trains. General Electric makes a locomotive, and it makes the same one with smaller differences, like these, for example. And then, now we're at present day. Still the same and similar locomotives on the main line, and even railway museums preserving old railway equipment, still to this day. I hope you enjoyed this very weird video I made. I know it sounded like I was at gunpoint, but this is literally for a classroom, and every time someone does a video like this for a classroom, they always sound like this. Well, if it's a kid, it would sound like this anyway, so I just want to say, thank you for watching, and thank you for actually, oh my gosh, thank you for, actually watching this, if you did, somehow. I just want to say, there is some cool stuff I would recommend, like go outside a lot more, and just look at some trains. They're cool. And go to a railway museum once. You will enjoy it. Trust. But that's basically all for the video. So what did we learn? Trains are very different from what they were last time. They're still useful to this day for freight, and Amtrak is now the passenger railway, basically. And that's it. That's all I want to make this video about for my class. I guess I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!